Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I wanted to talk a bit about buying ships with real money versus grinding for them in game, both now and in the future. I think a genuine concern about Star Citizen is the worry that the game will be or is pay to win. Currently, the game is very much an alpha, and you can buy ships with real money. That helps fund the game. Star Citizen would not exist in its current state or its future state, or be the scale that it is planned to be without that way of monetization. So some of these real money ships that you can purchase are as packages that come with a game package, some are standalone ships, just the ship itself, and some are only available during limited time sales, and there have previously been some promo ships. If I fight you one-on-one, and you're in a starting ship, so you've got your basic little starter ship for your game, and I've got my Super Hornet, or other high-end combat fighter, I'm going to be at a massive advantage because I've brought the more powerful combat ship to that fight. And if I've bought that with real money, bam, that is effectively at least some form of pay to win. However, the 1v1 thing like that isn't going to be mega common, with a mixture of missions, risk and reward, the lore system, different types of star system, and orgs. You can have a big vast org of people playing with you that help back you up, or that sort of stuff. And even operating distances of ships could all be factors, because you're unlikely to be operating entirely solo in a star system away from the UEE, where it would be a bit more Wild Westy, because, you know, the range of that fighter would suggest that you'd need to rearm, repair and refuel it very often, so you'd want to be near a base or a capital ship or a space station, that sort of stuff. But bam, I can buy things for Star Citizen that give me a direct advantage, even if it is just time-based advantage. That is effectively pay to win. All the ships in Star Citizen are available to purchase in-game and rent, though, with in-game funds, and with the addition of long-term persistence databases, you're basically keeping your ship from each major patch to the next. Now, there's still going to be wipes. There is still going to be, during alpha, we're going to wipe the databases. You're going to lose all your things that aren't things that you bought with real money. That's going to happen from time to time. Once the game goes live, however, and actually fully released, there's not going to be any more resets. At that point, you'll keep all the ships you buy in-game with the in-game monies, and they'll be on your account. In fact, Cloud Imperium have also suggested that they won't be selling ships with real money after the release of the game. Well, what was actually said was only a limited selection will be available with game packages. So up to a certain level, expected to like the Constellation level of ships, so $150, $200 ship, bam, with a game package. At least that's what they said at the time, and that was a while ago. So that might have changed somewhat. I'm still expecting them to sell concept ships and new ships for real money, even after release. Personally, that is just my expectation. They are going to be selling, or at least they have said they're going to be selling in-game money for real money after release. That's the main way they want to fund the sort of servers in the game for a long period of time. But again, that could have changed by now. There is going to be some evolution in their monetization going forward. So, can you buy all the ships in-game with in-game money? Well, most of them. A couple like the Saber Raven and the Mustang Omega were promo ships and were only available for a limited time, and you had to buy an Octane drive, or you had to get an AMD graphics card or game or whatever. New ships that get added to the game in a major patch, so bam, this ship is now flyable, they're typically only available to the people that bought them with real money for a quarter at least. So at least 3 months, you're gonna have this ship that only you can use. You can't buy it in in-game stores, but in a patch in the future, typically the next major patch, they go bam, that's in in-game shops. I actually quite like that as a way of doing it. It means that you do get these ships in-game in a timely, reasonable manner. It is an alpha at the moment anyway, so I don't really mind that much. But it gives you reasons to help support the project and buy your dream ship for real money, so you get it as early as possible, and gives you some exclusivity, so you don't feel like, well, I might as well just buy it in-game. However, it also allows you to go, well, I will just buy it in-game, I'll just wait 3 months, or borrow it off a mate. So how viable is it to actually purchase ships in-game with in-game monies? The smaller ones, very viable. If you want a fighter, and even up to a medium-sized ship, you can potentially grind up enough credits in a weekend from your starter. In fact, there's a rental system as well, so you can rent a more powerful ship very quickly, and then if you get a combat fighter or even a multi-role ship, you can run bounty missions, for example, assuming that those missions aren't broken or bugged in some way, because there are delays in spawn sometimes of bounty missions, which can cause problems, and you can get a criminal rating at the moment when you shouldn't get a criminal rating for attacking pirates and things like that, or bounties, which is a bit annoying, but assuming those missions aren't broken, and you can actually grind pretty well, pretty quickly, and rent a ship within a few hours, and actually within a weekend afford the next level up, or 2 levels up from your starter ship. Experiences are going to be vastly different for people based on what ship they started with. So if you've gone and spent a little bit more money and got like an Avenger Titan, that's going to be much easier to start with than if you're just in an Aurora, in my opinion, because the Avenger is a very good ship, very multi-role, and allows you to do a little bit of everything. And also, what role do you want to go into? So you've got from your starter ship, you've got a million credits, say, and you are choosing what you want to go into. Well, you could rent a prospector, you could go into mining, you could go into cargo, you could go into more combat. There's quite a lot you could do, and your experiences are going to vastly differ, and it's going to be a little bit based on the economy and the patch at the time. Some patches favour certain mechanics more than others, either because they're bugged, either because they've balanced them poorly, and the Star Citizen economy is not the best, for example, for cargo running at the moment. There are 30k crashes, poor profit margins, fiddly trying to sell and buy stuff. That makes it harder and riskier than, say, doing combat missions or mining. But also, it looks like they might solve a load of these problems in the 3.14 patch. Maybe. Who knows? But you can very quickly, at the moment in Star Citizen, in just a few days of grinding, go from your starter ship to renting a different ship that you like to make you a load more money, and then you can probably buy yourself a Cutlass or a Prospector or whatever sort of role you want to go into next. Not a super expensive ship, but a ship that's got a good value that will do you for a long time. Star Citizen at the moment allows you to leverage that rental system to make a load more money. You should be ship hopping with renting, for sure. I, for example, used to rent a Prospector and go mining for a weekend, and then rent a combat ship another weekend. You can earn a load of cash doing that. It's relatively low risk, and because you're only renting those ships like 3-day periods or whatever, when you actually want them, you're not going to be spending all of your hard-earned money, and you don't feel like you've spent a huge amount on a ship that you're not using much. The larger ships, however, are a bit more cost prohibitive to a single player at the moment, and they are supposed to be. I would argue that they are a lot cheaper than they should be when the game goes live, because you want to be grinding up for quite a while to get one of these. But buying a Hammerhead or 890 Jump should be an investment for a group of players, not just one. Obviously, you're supposed to run these with crews of people too. You can send money to each other in Star Citizen now, and because of that, you can effectively pool money for a ship and get one of these big boys in like a week as a small group of players. And if you're all grinding and you're sort of all jumping up, even if you're all in starter ships, if you went and rented a load of cargo ships or mining ships or whatever, and in those sort of situations, I would actually expect some people to already have Caterpillars, or a couple of people to already have quite big cargo ships, and then you could use the group of money to leverage cargo runs and things like that. So yeah, you can get ships a lot quicker if you already have a better ship, or you have a group of players and some of which will have better ships or whatever. In fact, borrowing money or a ship from an org member, yeah, that's viable, I suppose. Or just being a crewman, especially in the future. Borrowing money, being in an org, or being a crew for someone's ship, that's going to need to be a thing. Think of all the people that have dozens of ships, but no one to crew them. I have like 220 seats to crew on ships that I own myself, but I am only one person. I need 219 more people to come along to help me crew these ships. Star Citizen's economy is currently pretty static though, but it's going to be dynamic, and the price of ships is going to change over time as our opportunities to make money. Insurance costs and loss is going to help drive the economy, but also it's going to affect ship prices quite a lot. The cost of resources, the changing demand. There is going to be a time to replace ships. So even if you've got insurance or whatever, if you've lost your capital ship, that could take a week or two or a month to replace. It's probably also worth mentioning that some ships might require reputation with orgs or some groups in game to purchase, or you will need to have got to like a certain stage of Squadron 42 to purchase like the F8 Lightning or military gear, for example. You can purchase these things off other players. It's the same with those promo ships I mentioned earlier. I would suspect you can like purchase the Saber Raven off another player. In the future, we don't know how long it's going to take to go from a starter ship to a capital ship. How long is that grind going to be? and it's going to be dependent on far too many factors, even if we did have all the knowledge now. So it's going to be based on your choices and a bit of luck and who your teammates are, what ship you're starting with, what role you want to go into, what area of space you're in, what sort of level of risk and reward you're going for. However, with renting ships and players needing crew, you don't need to grind at all to get the ship of your dreams, or at least do a roll upon it. But if you want to own that ship yourself, that big old capital ship, whatever, well, you can pay for it with real money, yeah. But I'd say getting it over a period of time might make it all the sweeter, and hopefully you'll enjoy the gameplay enough while doing that to sort of make that journey worthwhile. Inequality is going to be a thing in Star Citizen with people buying ships, but this is probably only going to be an issue day one if you're going into riskier zones and happen to encounter a PvPer, but that's sort of my opinion on that. I'm okay with inequality as long as it's not just sort of like, I have paid for this ship and I'm always going to be better than you because I paid for this ship. I don't want that. I don't want pay-to-win elements to ruin the game, and I don't think they will. I suppose something else I should mention is some players are going to want to have a capital ship they've bought themselves, because they're going to want to run it with AI blades or NPC crews, which is going to be a viable way of doing things in the future. And in fact, with small and medium-sized orgs, that might be a way that you bulk out your fleet. You might be incredibly wealthy in that org, but you will need to bring capital ships to the field. You're going to need to spend a lot of that wealth on NPCs to crew them, and things like that. And we're looking forward to seeing the NPC crews and exactly how that will work in the future. But yeah, I'm interested to know what you think. Just food for thought, I suppose, this video. I'm interested in if you prefer to grind to get something, or have you already bought your dream ship with real money? Is it about the adventure with that ship for you when the game goes live? Or is it about grinding up to get it and then the adventure afterwards and you'll want loads and loads of ships? Do you think Star Citizen is overly pay to win already and is going to always be pay to win? Do you think Cloud Imperium will sell ships even after release? Whatever your thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Oh, what's this? I just found all your search history online. You filthy boy, buying spaceships and going on Ship Hub. Zin, show a picture of a sexy ship or something. You should have used NordVPN. It's a VPN, obviously, and it has my seal of approval because I shill for them. Use the links below to get a discount and help protect your data, identity, privacy, and to help with online accessibility. I'm shilling for spaceships today. Do you like building spaceships? Of course you do. JR Fabrication make officially licensed Star Citizen products and Airfix-like model kits. Do you want an Arrow fighter? Maybe a freelancer? Some Cyclone little buggies? Dragonflies? Oh my, you can buy them and build them, or just add them to your pile of shame. You want dioramas of ships and vehicles? They've got them too, and they continue to add more to their range. Follow the link down below to jrfabrication.co.uk/board to see all of the wonderful products they have on offer, and use the code BoredInvictus to also get some exclusive Fleet Week recruitment propaganda A3 art prints with each of your orders. Ooh. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and June is no different. We are giving away a Mercury Star Runner to one lucky viewer that comments on one of my videos made during June on the YouTubes. Just get involved in the comments section, ask a question, or tell me what you think about the video or the subject we were discussing. Thank you so much to my channel members who have pressed the join button below my videos, and my Patreons as well. Going the extra mile really, really helps the channel. Say thanks for helping the channel, Zin.
Thanks for helping the channel, Zin.
Consider becoming a channel member or Patreon as well, and maybe you'll get some poorly photoshopped naughty spaceship shots. Ooh, saucy. Thanks for watching and all your support.